All in today's session we are going to solve the problems based on the waveguides. ठीक है, but before solving the problems we'll revise some of the basic formulas which we have seen up till now. So let us talk about the cutoff wavelength. So cutoff wavelength of a waveguide lambda c is equal to twice ab divided by square root of m square b square plus n square a square. So this is nothing but the lambda c, whereas you know that a is nothing but the longer side of the waveguide and b is nothing but the shorter side of the waveguide. M and n denotes the modes of that particular waveguide. 1 upon lambda 0 square is equal to 1 upon lambda g square plus 1 upon lambda c square. If you want to calculate the lambda g, you can use either this formula or you can go for the other formula, which is nothing but the lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square or whole term square root. Then phase velocity. When we talk about the phase velocity, we can talk about the two formulas, that is omega by beta, where beta is nothing but the phase constant. Otherwise you can go for the c divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c ka square, complete term square root. Vg, this is nothing but the d omega by dp, rate of change of, you can say, vp. So it is equal to c into 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square ka square root. So these things we have already seen. Now we will talk about the impedances now. So when we talk about the impedance, TM wave impedance is nothing but the intrinsic impedance into 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square square root. When we talk about the TE wave impedance is equal to neta, that is intrinsic wave impedance, divided by this complete term, that is square root of 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Now there is one important condition which is nothing but the when your wave will propagate through the medium. So condition for the wave propagation, that your lambda c must be greater than lambda 0. If this condition is not there, your wave will not propagate. Till now we are talking about the dielectric as air, but what will happen if your waveguide uses other dielectric? In that case you can use lambda is equal to, otherwise you can calculate the lambda is equal to lambda air divided by epsilon r. This is nothing but the dielectric constant of the medium which you are using. Now let us talk about the TE and TM wave. Which modes are possible, which modes are not possible? Whenever you are going to calculate the possible modes and not possible modes, in the TE wave 0 mode is not possible. ठीक है, which modes are possible? 0 1 1 0 1 1 modes are possible, and in that TE10 is the dominant mode, as it will have a maximum wavelength. So if you calculate the cutoff wavelength for this one, we know that twice AB m square b square plus n square. So if I put the value 1 over here and 0 over here, I'll get a 2a. So a is the longer side, I can say my dominant wavelength will be twice of a, that is maximum wavelength, and that's why this mode will be called as the dominant mode, that is TE10. What about the TM wave? TM wave, as we have gone through the TM wave analysis, we know that 0 mode is not possible, 1 is not possible, 1 is also not possible, sorry, 10 is not possible, only 1 mode is possible, and that's why this is called as the dominant mode for the TM wave. So this is all about the formulas which we have seen up till now. Now let us solve the problems based on this particular formulas. So first problem will talk about that an air filled rectangular. Now here if you see, this is nothing but the problem statement, whereas you can see an air filled rectangular waveguide of inside dimension 7 into 3.5 centimeter operates in the dominant mode, that is TE mode. So when we talk about the TE dominant mode, the mode is TE10. The first thing which you are going to find out is nothing but the cut off frequency. Second is determine the phase velocity of wave in the guide at frequency of 3.5 gigahertz. Then determine the guide wavelength at the same frequency. So here we'll see which things we know and which things we need to calculate. So here what is given, that we will see. So we can say whenever we are going for the solution, first we'll list out what things are given in the problem. So A is 7 centimeter, B is 3.5 centimeter, mode is a TE dominant mode, which is nothing but the TE10 mode. So M is equal to 1 and N is equal to 0. So these things are already given. So when you are calculating such a problems, and when you want to calculate the dominant mode, whenever you are going to calculate the cutoff frequency, you must know the cutoff wavelength first. So if I am calculating lambda c, it will be twice AB m square b square plus n square a square. Now I know that mode is the TE10 mode. So if I put that values over there, how I can calculate that lambda c? M is 1, n is 0. So this will become twice of a. So lambda c is equal to 2 into 7 centimeter, that is 14 centimeter. As I know lambda c now, can I calculate the fc? Obviously yes. So fc is nothing but the c by lambda c. So c is the velocity of light. As my lambda c is in the centimeter, I'll put the value of velocity of light in the centimeter only. Okay, so here divided by 14 centimeter. So if I calculate this particular 3 into 10 raised to 10 by 14, we know that our velocity of light is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. We are converting it into the centimeters, so it becomes now 10 raised to 10. So this will be 2.143 gigahertz. Now I know what is the cutoff frequency. The first thing is already solved, that is something we have calculated the cutoff frequency. Now next one is nothing but the determine the phase velocity. Now how to determine the phase velocity of the wave in the guide at the frequency of t? Now let us denote this particular lambda c as first solution and the second solution. What is given over there? Determine the phase velocity of the wave in the guide. You can see here at the frequency of 3 gigahertz. So f is given, that is 3.5 gigahertz. So I can calculate the lambda 0, which is nothing but the c by f. Okay, so if I calculate this particular, I can write down here c is the velocity of light. Let us do all these things into the centimeter. 3 into 10 raised to 10 centimeters per second divided by f. This is 2.143 into 10 raised to 9, and if you calculate it, you will get the lambda 0 as 8.57 centimeters. Okay, so now I know the lambda 0, I know the lambda c. Now I can calculate the another parameter, which is nothing but the phase velocity. Now I know that my phase velocity is equal to c divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So I'll put all these things over there. So if I put the values of this particular lambda 0 and lambda c in my solution, I'll write is equal to c divided by 1 minus 8.57 divided by 14 square. Okay, so further calculating the things, I can get all the solutions like this. This is 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c का square root आता है 0.790. So phase velocity I am getting here is 3.79 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. That this is the velocity. This velocity will be in the meters per second. As we know, we have already seen that our phase velocity is always greater than the velocity of light. So this is the phase velocity. You can say this is nothing but the cutoff frequency which we have calculated. So two things we have solved right now here. So cutoff frequency and the phase velocity. Okay. The third things which we want is nothing but the determine the guide wavelength at the same frequency. Now how to calculate the guide wavelength? So this is the second, and let us see this is the third. So guide wavelength is nothing but the, we have already seen lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. We have already got this one, 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c, that is 0.790. So let us put all this value over there. Now what is the lambda 0? 8.57 centimeters divided by 0.790. So I have got the lambda g is 10.84 centimeter. If you calculate these things, you will get the lambda g as a 10.84 centimeters. So this is nothing but the how you are going to solve such kind of the problems when A, B and dominant mode is given. So we have calculated the cutoff frequency, we have calculated the phase velocity, and we have calculated the guide wavelength. Now let us move towards the second problem. Now the second problem says that a rectangular waveguide has a dimension. Now we'll see here, this problem says that rectangular waveguide has a dimensions 4 into 2 centimeters. Determine the guide wavelength, phase velocity and a phase constant beta at a wavelength of 6 centimeters for the dominant mode. Now here we'll write the solution. Whenever we are going for the solution, we'll write what is given to us. So here A is given, that is 4 centimeter. We can say B is given, that is 2 centimeter, and they have given the wavelength, that is lambda 0 is equal to 6 centimeters. So let us solve this particular problem, and what is asked to calculate, that we will write. The first thing which we are going to calculate is nothing but the lambda g. So we know that how to calculate the lambda g. It's nothing but the lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Now I know the lambda 0, but I don't know the lambda c. How I can calculate the lambda c? Now here they have given the dominant mode. So if they are giving you the dominant mode, our dominant mode is TE10. Okay? So for dominant mode, how we are going to calculate the cutoff wavelength? So lambda c is equal to twice AB m square b square plus n square a square. So here I'll get a twice a because I'll put all these things over there. Now I know a, so a is 4 centimeter. 2 into 4, I'll get lambda c 8 centimeter. Now I have got the lambda c. I'll put, now I have two things to me, lambda 0 and a lambda c. So how can I calculate lambda g? Of course yes. So lambda 0 is nothing but the 6 centimeter divided by 1 minus again a lambda 0 6 and a lambda c 8 square. So if you calculate this one, you will get the lambda g as 9.07 centimeter. So here I have calculated the lambda g. So I can say my lambda g is nothing but the 9.07 centimeter. Now let us see what second thing we want here. So if I see the problem again, I want a phase velocity. So while calculating the phase velocity, second, so here phase velocity and a phase constant. So Vp is nothing but the, we have seen the formula that Vp is nothing but the C divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So if you put all the values over here, you know you have already calculated this value, that is 0.66. So 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 0.66, it comes 4.54 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. So it is always known to us that our phase velocity is always greater than the velocity of light. Now the third things in which, so Vp is equal to say 4.54 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. So here we have solved our second parameter, otherwise we have calculated our second parameter. The third thing which we know is nothing but the phase constant beta. So we'll see that phase constant is nothing but the Vp is equal to, we'll see a very simple definition, that phase velocity we have already calculated and we need here a phase constant, so omega by beta. So if I have already calculated phase velocity, it will be very easy for me to calculate the phase constant. So it will become, you can say, omega by Vp, and you know omega is nothing but the 2 pi f divided by Vp. So what is 2 pi? That is 3.14. F is nothing but the, where we have already calculated the frequency over here, that for the 6. Now we need to calculate the f, and we phase velocity 4.54 into 10 raised to 8. Now I need here only the value of f. So how can I calculate the value of f? So f is equal to c by lambda 0. So c by lambda 0 is already given, that is 10 raised to say 10, and this is 6 centimeter, which is nothing but the 5 into 10 raised to 9, that is 5 gigahertz. So if I put all these values over here in my equation, I have got the f over here. So 2 into 3.14 into 5 into 10 raised to 9 divided by 4.54 into 10 raised to 8, sorry, here 10 raised to 8. So this beta right now will be 69.18 radians per second. So the unit of this phase constant is nothing but the radians per second. So here 69.18 radians per second. So this is the way how we can calculate the guide wavelength, phase velocity. If you know the phase velocity, you can easily calculate the phase constant. ठीक है? So 69.18 radians per second. Now let us talk about another problem, that is third problem, which is nothing but we are going to calculate this particular the dimensions of the guide. Here you can see the dimensions of the guide are 2.5 into 1 centimeter. The frequency is 8.6 gigahertz. Find the following. The first one is nothing but the possible modes. We are going to calculate the possible modes over here. So here let us see what are the possible modes over here. So the first one is asked that what are the possible modes. The second one is nothing but the cut off frequency, and third one is nothing but the guide wavelength. So here we'll discuss about this particular problem, but before starting the problem we'll see which things are given over here. Okay, so the first thing which is given is nothing but the A, and other thing is nothing but the B. So let us start writing over here. So solution, when you start the solution you need to know what is given. So A is nothing but the 2.5 centimeter, B is nothing but the 1 centimeter, and the frequency, that is F, is given as 8.6 gigahertz. So here first thing is nothing but the possible modes. Now when the propagation is possible, the propagation is possible when your, I can say propagation when your lambda C is greater than lambda 0. Now the F is given, I can calculate the lambda 0. So lambda 0 is equal to C by F. So 3 into 10 raised to say 10 centimeter. We'll calculate it in the centimeters. F is nothing but the 8.6 into 10 raised to 9. So while calculating this, you will find that your lambda 0 is 3.488 centimeter. ठीक है, so I have got the lambda 0. Now I want to know what is the lambda C. So here you can see your frequency is 8.6 gigahertz. Your lambda 0 you have calculated. Now the first thing which we are going to calculate is the possible modes. So we'll talk about the TE wave. ठीक है, so condition is lambda C must be greater than lambda 0. So if you talk about the TE mode, TE00 is not possible. So we'll talk about the 01 modes. So in the 01 mode you can say twice AB, M square B square plus N square A square. So your M will be 0 and N will be 1. So this will be twice of B. So if you put the value of B 2 into 1, 2 centimeter. So you can say your lambda C is 2 centimeter and your lambda 0 is nothing but the 3.44. So your lambda C is less than lambda C. This mode is not possible. ठीक है, so this mode is not possible. Now we'll talk about another mode. ठीक है, so here we'll talk about the another mode. So which modes are possible and which modes are not possible. TE01 is not possible. Now we'll talk about the TE10 mode. So here TE10 mode. So here in the TE10 mode I can put M is equal to, say, in this you can put 1, so this will become B square and this will be 0. So twice AB by B will be twice of A. So A is nothing but the 2.5 centimeter. So this will be 5 centimeter. So I can say your lambda C is greater than lambda 0. This mode is possible. ठीक है, now if this mode is possible we can calculate the cut off frequency for this mode. ठीक है, so we know that our lambda C is nothing but the 5 centimeters. So cut off frequency FC, we can say this is your second parameter which you are going to calculate, is nothing but the C by lambda C. So 3 into 10 raised to say 8. Otherwise if you're going to calculate it, and lambda c is nothing but the 5 centimeters. As both the units must be same, I have written it in the centimeters. So fc is equal to say 6 gigahertz. ठीक है. Now lambda c is 6 gigahertz for this particular mode. Now TE11 mode, we'll talk about this is TE10 mode. Then this is something which we have already calculated. Now we need to calculate the lambda g for this mode also. ठीक है. So when you talk about the lambda g is equal to lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So lambda 0 we know what's the lambda 0, that is 3.488 centimeter, and what is the lambda c, that is 5 centimeter. So if you put 3.488 divided by 1 minus 3.488 divided by 5 square, you will get the lambda g, and that lambda g is equal to 4.868 centimeters. So the mode which is possible, that we know our mode is TE10 mode is possible, and for that we have calculated the cut off frequency and cut off wavelength. Now let us see whether other mode is possible or not for this one. So if I am talking about another mode, I can say that I'll calculate the next one. For this one, we says that our TE10 mode is possible, and we have calculated the thing. Now let us talk about the TE11 mode. Okay. If TE11 mode is possible, I'll calculate the lambda c for this one. So twice AB m square means a square plus b square. ठीक है, क्योंकि वो 1 1 है. So 2 into 2.5 into 1 divided by 2.5 square plus 1 square, and this will give me, you can say, if I calculate this particular lambda c, it is 1.856. So I can say my lambda c is less than lambda 0, because our lambda 0 is 3.4. So this mode, the propagation is not possible. So this is, so if I'm talking about this mode, only one mode is possible. So I can say only TE10 mode is possible. Now let us talk about the TM wave. So here we know that whenever we are talking about the TM wave, we say that in the TM wave, TM00 is not possible, TM10 is not possible, only, or TM00 is also not possible. So TM11 wave is only possible. So let us check the conditions. So for TM11 wave, again we can say your lambda c is equal to twice AB a square plus b square, and whatever we have calculated is nothing but it will be same for both this particular. So your TMMF lambda c is equal to, you can say lambda c for TM11 is equal to lambda c for 11, and that is nothing but the, say, we have calculated 4 point TM11, so you can say it's 1.856. ठीक है. So again you can say that TM, now which means that your lambda c is less than lambda 0, and this mode does not propagate. This mode does not propagate. So this is all about the modes which are possible and which are not possible. So we have solved up till now 3 problems. Now let us talk about the 4th problem. So here we'll talk about the 4th problem. So I can write here for the 4th problem, you chalo. So show that for a TE10 mode. So 4th problem is show that for the TE10 mode, a frequency of 6 GHz will pass through the waveguide of dimension A is equal to 1.5 cm and B is equal to 1 cm. If a dielectric with epsilon R4 inserted into the waveguide. Now here whatever problem we have seen, your dielectric is other than your air. So here you can see, if you solve such kind of the problems, you can see you need to calculate the wavelength other than air as a dielectric. So let us solve this problem by solving what is given. So here TE10 mode is given, that's why you can calculate in this particular TE10 mode. So we know that lambda c will be twice of A for this mode. So 2 into 1.5 will be 3 centimeters. So FC is equal to C by lambda. So you can calculate 3 into 10 raised to 10 divided by 3, which is nothing but the 10 gigahertz. Now the impressed frequency, whatever frequency is there, is nothing but the 6 gigahertz. Okay? Now 6 gigahertz is less than the cutoff frequency, and hence the signal will not pass through the guide. So alternatively, the waveguide of the impressed signal is, so waveguide of the impressed signal, will write the note over here. The impressed frequency 6 gigahertz is less than, you can say, 10 gigahertz. Okay? So you can say that alternately the wavelength of the impressed frequency must be lambda is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 10 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 9 is equal to 5 centimeter. Now which is the longer than cutoff wavelength? ठीक है, हमारा cutoff wavelength 3 है. Now this is longer than the 3 centimeter, hence no propagation of the wave. So here you can say no propagation. ठीक है. ठीक है. Now we'll see if you impress or if you use a waveguide, or if your waveguide is loaded with the dielectric of 4. ठीक है. So then wavelength will be lambda air divided by root epsilon r. Now lambda air is 5 centimeter divided by root 4, which is nothing but the 5 by 2, 2.5 centimeter. Now you can see here that your wavelength, or whenever you are using dielectric other than air, your wavelength is less than lambda air. So you can say here, now this which is less than lambda air. Now lambda air क्या है आपका? The lambda air is 3 centimeter, you can say. So here you can say now the signal with 6 gigahertz frequency will pass through the dielectric loaded waveguide. So this is nothing but the, if you are using other than air, your wave will pass through it. The next problem is nothing but the, you are calculating the impedance of your wave. So TM11, now you can will see the problem. What is the problem first? A rectangular waveguide with the dimensions of 3 into 2 centimeters, A and B is given. Operate in the TM11 mode. M and N are given at 10 gigahertz. Determine the characteristic wave impedance. So TM wave is given. ठीक है. A will write what is given. A is 3 centimeters, B is 2 centimeters, M is given 1, N is given 1, and F is also given, that is 10 gigahertz. ठीक है. So we have written what is given first, and then we'll solve the problem. So A is given, B is given, M is given, N is given, and other things are also, like frequency is also given. So let us solve it for the TM wave. Now we know that ZTM, we have seen the formula, that is N 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Can I calculate a lambda 0 is F is given? Yes. So C by F. So 3 into 10 raised to 10, I can say I'll calculate it in the centimeters into 9. So I can say this particular value is nothing but the 3.3. This will be 3.0 centimeter, means 3. So lambda 0 is equal to 3 centimeters. Now let us calculate the lambda c for 1 So lambda c for 1 will be calculated. So lambda c twice AB m square b square means only b square and plus a square. So if you calculate this value, 2 into 3 into 2 divided by b square is 2 square plus 3 square. So if you calculate lambda c11, you will get the value of lambda c11 is equal to 3.328 centimeters. Now we know the lambda 0, we know the lambda c. ZTM is equal to 120 pi. We know that intrinsic impedance is 120 pi, otherwise 377 ohm. So I'll write 120 pi. In the square root, you can say 1 minus lambda 0 is 3, lambda c is 3.328 square. So if you calculate this particular 120 pi, 1 minus, you can say, right, lambda 0 by lambda c. So lambda 0 is 3. So again I am writing the same 3.328, and by solving this particular I'll get 112 pi into 0.163, 61.618 ohm. ठीक है. So this is nothing but the how you are going to calculate the problems based on the transmission lines and waveguides. So we'll stop here. Thank you.